Hello. I had a student ask for additional help on step number 11 for the cardiac output assignment. So I'm going to go over this step with you. I know if one person is struggling, there's got to be a good handful of you guys that are struggling. And so I appreciate that person for asking me via email for some additional help. On step number 11, it says, assuming the above is true for your gender, 5.5 liters in males and 4.5 liters in females, how long would it take for the entire volume to be pumped through your body one time? Refer to the calculations for cardiac output. So it's saying here that they found that 5.5 liters of blood on average is how much blood a male has in their body. And females have, on average, around 4.5 liters of blood in their body. So if you are assuming that you have that much blood in your body, how long would it take for your body to pump all your blood through your heart once? So we're looking for time. That's our X in a sense. Also, as mentioned, it says refer to your calculations for cardiac output. So to start, I had a previous video where I found out an example cardiac output. I think I put like 180 beats per minute, something fairly high, just to give you an example. So I'm going to still use my same cardiac output. The cardiac output that I computed for my own work was 13.5 liters of blood pumped through my heart every minute. So hopefully you have that number already, and I would assume yours is probably lower. But I can tell already that if I pump 13.5 liters of blood in 1 minute, and they're wanting to know in this question how long it takes for me to pump 4.5 liters of blood. So my answer is going to be less than a minute. If I pump 13.5 in a minute, it's going to take seconds for me to pump 4.5 liters of blood because it's smaller. So just make sure whenever you're answering your questions, what I don't want is you to say, well, it takes less than a minute. I want an exact measurement. I want you to say 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 25 seconds. I want a measurement that you calculated doing the math that I'm about to work through with you. So since I know now that it's going to take seconds to pump that much blood through my heart, not minutes, I want to change this to seconds. I want to know how much blood my body pumps every second. And so I'm going to do a visual layout. You may already know how to do this in a more simple manner, but I'm very visual, and especially since I'm not here in the classroom with you, I want to be able to show this to you in a more visual manner. And so I'm going to do old school. I'm going to do fractions with a really clear number on top, really clear number on bottom, and work my way through it in Word. It might look a little weird, but this is what works for me. And I think if it works for me, it'll help me explain it better to you. So right now we know I pump 13.5 liters of blood every 1 minute. So there's my first fraction. 13.5 liters every 1 minute. And we want to get this to seconds. So we have minutes down here at the bottom. So we want to have minutes up here at the top, so those two numbers will cancel each other out. So we know that every 1 minute is made up of, and since we are wanting to change it to seconds, that's what we're going to be looking for. 1 minute has 60 seconds. So by the time we divide this out and get our number, minutes will cancel each other out because we have one on top and one on bottom, and then you'll be left with liters over seconds to figure out how much blood I pump in liters every second. So all we have to do now is divide 13.5 by 60 to get our answer. And the answer is 0.225 liters of blood every second. So now that we know how much blood I pump per second, we still need to know how many seconds it takes for my body to pump 4.5 liters. So we're going to be using this number here in our next kind of equation. I'll go ahead and go down, kind of start another conversion factor. So as mentioned before, we know that every 1 second, and I'm starting another ratio type equation, 1 second, I pump 0.225 liters of blood every second. So we want to know how long it would take to pump 4.5 liters of blood for myself because I'm female. And so since I have liters down here at the bottom, I'm going to do 4.5 liters up here so that I can cancel those out because we don't want liters anymore. We want time. That's what the question asked for, is how long. And this bottom number, since we're comparing like a ratio, 4.5 liters, but we don't know how long it takes. So this is kind of like our X that's going to be in seconds. So once again, pull out my handy calculator and we'll do the math. 4.5, hello, 4.5 divided by 0.225 equals 20 seconds, or 20, but since these liters cancel out, we'll be left with seconds. So every 20 seconds, my body pumps 4.5 liters of blood. And I could say I know this to be true too because 20 seconds goes into 60 seconds 3 times. You go 20, 40, 60. And so 4.5 times 3 is 13.5. So that's just a way I was able to check my answer that makes sense to me. So I hope this helps. If you have any additional questions, please let me know, and I will gladly help you. See you soon.